Whole little edits in here, man. But no, we got the family in the building, man. We got Jay Mouse checking all the way in. New Brib alert, man. Checking in all the way from Detroit, man.
Yes,
We got
sir.
Fredo checking in all the way from Atlanta,
Yes,
you
sir.
know, from Chicago. Then we got the homie Nate checking in all the way from the west side, man. Cali to be exact. We got
You
the
know, let's
family
get
in the
it.
building, man. Real quick, just to pay the bills, man. Small businesses, big businesses. You want to take your business to the next level, go over there and check out the Grind magazine, man. They could build a marketing campaign for your company from the ground up, and they could put you in front of the culture the right way you need to be, man. So make sure you go over there, holler at Kevin and them guys, and tell them we said what up. Everything today is powered by TOV Sports, man. Check it out for them. We in the building, but it's so much going on, man. We got so many topics, man. We gonna jump around today, but first we gonna get it started off with the. I want to get y'all reaction to Patrick Mahomes' massive contract extension, man. I want to get y'all thoughts on this. Nate, let me hear what you think about it, man.
Man, honestly,
3
bro,
years, 503 million.
I feel like we need to give that joint a round of applause, bro. No cap, because
Here for it.
first,
Here for it.
like biggest contract in American sports history goes to a black quarterback. You feel me? Like the irony of that is just huge. You feel me? The position that they tried to keep away from us for such a long time.
Yeah,
Finally, 24-year-old dude getting the biggest contract. Like that's not even your football prime. So when I saw that, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was happy. You feel me? I'm not touching any of that money, but just to see something
Yeah.
like it definitely showed, man. We done come a long way. But 503 M's,
That's life changing.
50 of it guaranteed, I think, or like you feel me?
140.
140. That's like never played at all, though. You feel me? Dude's set for life, but it's well deserved, man. Like he the best quarterback I'd have never seen personally. Like you feel me? I know Tom Brady nice, and I know Brett Favre's nice. You know, I know Aaron Rodgers is good, but you know what I've seen from Patrick at 24 years old, I don't think I ever seen nobody do in the sport of football. So he deserves everybody he did.
At all, man. Fredo, what's your thoughts on the contract, man?
It's just dope, man. That nigga really is dope. Got a fucking MVP first year, second year, fucking Super Bowl. That's crazy. I ain't never seen no shit like that before.
Yeah,
Shit, that shit is cool.
yeah. Fact though, Mouse, what's your thoughts on it, man? What do you think about the contract, man?
I think that shit. I think that shit is really like like they said, monumental, bro. And to be a black athlete to secure that, bro. I mean, we already know we dominate sports, but now we got it on paper. So hey,
Yeah,
Facts.
you right about that. Me, like just to get into it, man. Like I said, it's a 10-year not 100, $503 million contract, 140 guaranteed, and an injury guarantee, and he got more guarantees than that. Like that's just what they released. He probably got more different guarantees locked up in there. And I like what Mahomes did because once you look at it, you see it like, damn, that's a $500 million contract, but it's a team friendly deal. You feel me? Like he getting what he worth with averaging out to like 50 some million a year. But once you look at it, he still that was a 10-year extension. So he's still playing on this rookie deal. So next year he's scheduled to only make $2.4 million. You feel me? And the year after that, like 24 something. Then after that, he get hit with 83 million. Just you feel me? Just off the walk, like it's over with. Yeah, and
It's like it's team friendly too because it's like, you know, it sounds like a lot of money right now, but if they able to offer that with this version of the salary cap, considering football still growing, you feel me? By the time year 10 comes around, he might even be underpaid, considering like you feel me, most quarterbacks' primes not even till like they mid 30s.
Yeah.
Like if he's still winning championships by then, he'll probably be considered underpaid, honestly.
Facts. And I like what they're gonna do. I know they're gonna go in and restructure the contract. You know what I'm saying? And Mahomes is in a special position. Like he followed, like he got paid, and he still followed like the Brady cook up that Brady was doing. He underpay yourself to a certain extent so you can have talent around you. Like he's gonna have talent around him for years to come. You feel me? Like talent will never be an issue with him and what they got. You know what they got going. I just like the situation that they in, man. Like he definitely took one for the team, and he made it a good situation. And salute to the Chiefs, man. They did right by him, man. Because a lot of teams will try to get over on guys like that, You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I like what's going on with what I'm seeing though, man. But just to keep moving forward, man. I want to get you all's thoughts on the Washington Redskins. They're retiring the Redskins part of their name, and they changing the mascot as well. I want to get y'all thoughts on that, and which they should change the name to. Fredo, let me get your thoughts on that, bro.
Man, it's about time. They've been racist, bro. They knew it was like this whole time. They knew it was racist.
Yeah.
They kept the same jersey. Like niggas was complaining about that shit like back in 2012
Mhm.
or 2012, 2013, all that. So it's about time they changed it.
Yeah, and when I look at it, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it is time. And Dan Snyder, I'm just gonna call a spade, bro. He is racist, and I feel like the only reason why he's doing that is because the big corporations that's backing the I'm not gonna call them Redskins, but the Washington organization, they said they were gonna pull out. Nike stopped selling the apparel. FedEx said if you don't change the name, we out. And he looking at it like, damn, probably like that's almost $1 billion. You feel me? So you can't do that type of stuff. So you most definitely gotta you know definitely make up for that. My bad. I'm over here shuffling a little bit. Yeah, but the other thing I want to get into with this one though is like Dan Snyder. He also like it's just crazy because recently, like yesterday, it came out that he was possibly prostituting up to cheerleaders, all type of stuff. Like he
Oh wow.
may be in thicker water than what he is right now. So I just like I said, I want to get y'all thoughts on this Redskins things and just everything surrounding the Redskins. Nate, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, like bad organizations, like if you're a bad team for a long time, it's usually reflective in your ownership. You know, like you can be a bad team just because you don't have no talent right now, but you know, you at least doing right by your fan base. Like, you know, you at least have talent and allow them to stay, you know, but bad organizations, they stay bad because the leaders, like, for example, the Knicks with James Dolan, you feel me? Charlotte's ownership group with Michael Jordan, they haven't been too successful. You know, I wouldn't say they're the best owners. Yeah, you got in football, you know, like it just starts at the top. But you know, it's for me, it was kind of sad that it took public pressure from the sponsors for him to like finally make this decision because people have been saying the Redskins, like, you know, that name wasn't appropriate. Like me, DC, you know, like it's a Redskins town actually, which is the crazy part about it. Like even though they suck, people still love Washington football. You know, like the Wizards aren't the biggest team in Washington. I guess maybe the Capitals might have taken it over by winning the championship, but you know, it's still a big football city, which is weird. So, you know, I'm not exactly sure what their name would be. I feel like the best name for them would be the Capitals, but you already got the hockey team like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, when it comes to the sexual assault, I just saw actually a report. It was like 14 women that worked in the organization came out with sexual assault like charges or, you know, charges against Dan Snyder and the organization. And like I said, like it's just not surprising, you know, rich, white, racist white man, you know, often thinking he could probably just get away with something. And you know, now that it's popular to be politically correct, you feel me? He's gonna have to pay the price for it. So you know, should have just been a better person from the start.
Yeah, it could definitely get ugly with this. Mouse, what's your thoughts on that? And Nate, you brought in a good point, man. Like, cause y'all done went to Howard and y'all done been in DC, so y'all know what's going on out there and how the town feels. So, Mouse, what's your thoughts on just the change of the name and what do you think they should change it to?
All right, look, I'm open to anything that's not racist. I mean, the way I see it realistically, bro, I gotta agree with you, Micah. I mean, my opinion is, you know, fuck them and Dan Snyder. My mind, because it's been years. Everybody know from jump this Redskins, this racist, but that name already been a racist connotation to people know. So the fact that people have been saying it, but now all of a sudden because it's kind of, if you want to so call it, a race war right now, and it's kind of, you know, in the midst of a pandemic and everybody's in a frenzy, they want to all of a sudden pick their shit up along with all the other corporations, or all of a sudden decide to pitch in and tweet Black Lives Matter. Or, you know, it's all a scheme. And to me, I'll just say fuck them, because they could have did this
A long time
ago.
If they would have did this when nobody brought any speculation about the name, even though it was already known.
Yeah.
Okay. But the fact that everybody else is doing it, you adding to it now, like it's clear what y'all trying to do.
Yeah, and it's just like, because Dan Snyder before said, I never change the name. He said that in the statement that he just an open statement addressing the name of it, and he doubled down on that. You know what I'm saying? And now once you don't get that backing, that financial backing, you see shit changing, and it just always get funny when money get involved. And
Well, I'll say he'll never get no props from me personally for changing the name. You feel me? Like
at all, because
you
you
get
could
props
tell.
from anybody in like the sports world or anybody that really pays attention. You're not gonna get props for doing the right thing. Like you should have been doing this all along. So like congratulating the name change and stuff. Like nah, bro. Like he's supposed to have been done this. And like you said, it's just sad that you have to hurt somebody's pocketbooks for them to make the right decision.
Yeah, and also just to wrap this one up, like, cause I didn't get my what they should change the name to, but I feel like they need to converse with the natives. You know what I'm saying? The ones who they offended, the ones who were the oppressors of the red skin name. Like, you need to converse with them about that. And I feel like they like that the Washington organization should have to do something for those people. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been making a dollar off their name. You know what I'm saying? Not off their name, but off a racial connotation that has something to deal with them. You've been making money off that. So I feel like they definitely should have to kick back in to the Native American community for sure. You feel me? But yeah, bro. But just to keep moving on and getting into social justice things, man. Only 17 out of the 350 NBA players that's going to Orlando chose to put messages or not anything at all on their jersey. So I want to get y'all thoughts on that. Do you think the guys should have done it? Is this bad messaging and what have you? Fredo, what's your thoughts on that?
Nah, they shouldn't have done it, man. Like, it don't make sense. Like, I feel like it's just all performative. They're just trying to throw something out there. Just coming.
Mm-hmm.
They just coming out of nowhere with something, just trying to throw something up there, trying to appease black people. Like, hey, we got to think of something. Like, we really want to just come back and start the league, but we got to think of something. You can't just like say, hey, we starting on this day. We got to think of something to make them happy, so they threw it out there. But really, you see nobody wanted that because they only did 17 out of 50 players. Only 17 of them are doing it.
Yeah. Mouse, what's your thoughts on that, man? Do you think more people should have, more players should have changed the back of their name on their jersey and stuff like that and put messages on there?
The way I see it, I feel like each player should do as they feel suit. You know what I'm saying? I know I read both articles about both sides. I know I read an article about a couple players who decided to put some social justice messages on the back of their jerseys, and it was because they wanted to make a statement. And some other players didn't want to do that because they felt as the NBA was just using the platform to further vocalize. Again, what all these other companies are doing is trying to fake their movement for Black Lives Matter, and I don't feel like that's the case. NBA has always been somewhat supportive, but I do understand the stigma of black people saying I'm tired of just a message. Like it's to do some shit, and I feel like that's why they don't want to put the name on the back because frankly, to be honest, in the past, you know what I'm saying, it's been little stuff that have appeased black people to be like, okay, well, this is enough, or now we're noticed, or whatever. So maybe that stigma alone and them putting the messages on the back, they like, that's not going to be enough, and I don't even want people to even think that's enough. So,
yeah,
fuck it. But, so I understand.
For me, like, I was 50-50 on the name of the back of the jersey thing. Like, you said, if you want to do it, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm more into what what's the dude named Drew Holiday. I'm more into what he did. Like, he gave his whole salary away. You know what I'm saying? I'm more into that. Like, you give some to HBCUs, then the rest of black organizations and stuff like that. I'm for that. You feel me? Like, if you gonna play and put a message out there, you know what I'm saying? Put that dollar out there. You feel me? Like, don't just play. Just don't play and put something on the back of your jersey. Like, that ain't gonna do nothing for us. You feel me? I mean, I guess more people to see the message or whatever, but nah, put a dollar towards it. You feel me? Like, let us really revolutionize something. You feel me? So, Nate, what's your thoughts on that, man?
And I agree with everything y'all said. Like, I was watching a CNN interview the other day. It was Don Lemon and Natasha Cloud. She played for the Mystics. And basically she was saying, like, names on the back of the jerseys are crumbs in terms of the grand scheme, which they are. Like, it is a crumb. Like, it's no action behind it. It's just like, equality, Black Lives Matter, which they are all true messages. So I'm not judging anybody that put it on the back of their jersey, but I can understand not wanting to, because at the end of the NBA is probably going to sell those jerseys, make $1 off it. So like and what we've been saying for the past few weeks anyway, you should be putting your dollar where your mouth is. Like we talked about a few weeks ago, maybe even possibly coming up with a group of players that pull together their end of salary to put like in black banks or, like you said, HBCUs, black businesses.
Yeah.
There are people on the other side. Like I like what Alex Caruso said. So for a white man in the NBA, you feel me? It's essentially a black game, a black person game, like it's no point of us putting something on the back of our jerseys that most of our followers already believe. You feel me? Like most of LeBron's followers already believe Black Lives Matter or equality. Probably black young men, black young women, etc. But for somebody like Caruso, you feel me? Him putting something like Black Lives Matter on the back of his jersey, a white dude that probably other white dudes look up to, probably just at the sole fact it's just he looks like a normal white guy that could do anything like that. So for him to do something like put it on the back of his jersey, it's probably a little bit more powerful. But I like the stuff that Drew's doing. $5.3 million. That's a lot of money. And then somebody like Grant. Every interview, he ends every question with saying like, I want to get back to the point though that Breonna Taylor's murderers are still free. So more action opposed to performance.
But even though like even with that, bro, like that's still like. We can't do that every interview. Like it just get lame. Like I understand the point behind it, but it just get like, bro, come on, bro. Like we could be doing something way more other productive than this because
it's a little more performative. But I think with that is just like the media tries to take and spin stories all the time. So for him, it's just like let's not give them a story at all. Like let's just tell them exactly what they need to hear. And like you see, they putting Jeremy Grant rarely ever on Bleacher Report. So take Bleacher Report just by saying like we need to address Breonna Taylor's murder. Like, that's him using his voice for better. But to your point, it's performative. Like, put the money down, sign petitions, talk to your local lawmakers because they have the power to get in those circles that most people don't.
Because my thoughts on it, like, just to further expound on it, like, okay, like you in the interview, each topic was saying, okay, I want to get back to the point with Woo Out the Bam and this what just happened with their. And once they get that interview done and they finish cutting that up, that's probably not gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like that probably won't make TV. So it's just like, bro, you just gotta like be smart about what you're doing and understand, like, bro, it's other ways to do stuff. Like you definitely want to make sure the message is still out there, and I respect that about it. Like he's still trying to push the message out there, but it's different ways you can do that.
Facts.
Any more thoughts on that? All right, well, shit, let's move on, man. We getting closer to the fun topics, man. Because I know it's about to it's about to turn up in a few. You feel me? But man, recently, a lot of guys been getting snitched on, man. Dwight Howard to be one. The NBA has imposed a snitch hotline. So if you call this hotline, you can snitch on players, tell their whereabouts, say where they're at. And the NBA will go get that player, and that player have to be quarantined for up to 8 to 10 days. And it just, I guess they feel like it's public humiliation just because you got caught outside the bubble. But I don't know, man. What's y'all thoughts on this whole snitch hotline, y'all? For people snitching or not, man?
Who's the last?
let me get Nate.
I'm gonna say this, man. You shouldn't be snitching about somebody not wearing a mask. So like Dwight Howard, but shit, if somebody leave the bubble, bro, you got to think that's because if somebody comes back into the bubble, like the more and more people that come back in with coronavirus or like exposed to coronavirus, the whole bubble experiment could possibly fail. You feel me? And that's millions of dollars on the table. So it's like, yeah, don't snitch on somebody not wearing a mask. You feel me? But if somebody leave the bubble and is coming back in, bro, I mean, it's like they low-key endangering the whole campus. I'm not saying it is right, but in this instance, it probably is the right thing to do. You feel me? Like, just don't be endangering your fellow like corporation. You feel me? Like, don't, and these people not on the same team either. So if you're doing the wrong thing, that's not my fault, bro. I don't want to get corona, but I also want to get a competitive advantage by getting you out there if you're doing the wrong thing. So, don't on people not wearing masks, but if they leave in the bubble, I feel like that's the proper that's the only time I could probably allow the snitching.
Yeah. Mouse, what's your thoughts on the snitching, man? There's a lot going on with this, man. What's your thoughts on?
Man, y'all know what I'm gonna say, bro. They got snitching niggas walking out the crib looking like Inspector Gadget, dog. I'm not, hey, bro.
They said Chris Paul, the leader of it.
Fuck all of that. I understand Corona, bro. I understand the seriousness of it. But if them niggas sign a contract and they supposed to uphold that, then they should do their part and not step out that bubble anyway. Now, if they accidentally do that and there's some other shit, then okay, something needs to be applied to deal with that. But
Yeah.
you really about to sit there and dial in a hotline with snitch?
Yeah. Like you want some, like, definitely, like you said, Inspector Gadget, anything, Judy Bloom type, you know what I'm saying?
Now, look, let one of these niggas step outside the bubble to get some cheeks, and then they get snitched on, only to find out now, look, you got a whole nother. Now you just went from getting snitched on because of Corona, now you got a cheating scandal. Nigga, wife at home, nigga, all that other shit. It's not even, look, I ain't even saying that to be, you feel me? I ain't vouching. I'm just saying the business of the NBA is what comes with it, comes with it.
Yeah.
Y'all snitching and it's a hotline. Oh, I know them niggas don't want to be worried about that.
Yeah. Right. Just to you feel me, piggy bank off of one of your points, man. And I was talking about this the other day, man. Like, they should have had, I don't want to, that's kind of crazy, but they should have had, like, man, you know, Shorty's trying to be in Orlando. I'm trying to think of the best way to say this, but you know, Shorty's trying to be in Orlando. Man, they should have had a pool. They should have had a pool of the ones that wanted to go voluntarily. You feel me? And
like the lotto.
And just be in Disney. You feel me?
Exposed. Unless they paying for the hotels too, and at that point, that's low key prostitution.
Yeah,
Disney World is open.
But I'm saying, like, that's
but the hotel's not.
They should have some people around so the guys can, you feel me, intermingle with, like, oh, okay, you stand up, all right, that's cool. Like, you ain't just trying to see dudes every day, you feel me? You trying to have some type of human interaction. I'm trying to make this sound as best as I can right now.
All right, look, I ain't gonna say who told me to do it. I learned from an NBA head. Nigga always told me, he said, whenever I go out of town, I travel, like, 100 girls make it to the hotel. 50 make it to the bus. At least 20 make it past security inside. 5 making it upstairs. So listen, they gonna get there. They gonna get there, bro. At least they gonna get there. But the thing is, if y'all snitching,
type in the caps.
Keep going.
If y'all snitching,
type in the caps. 1-800.
Yeah.
Snitching, like y'all, like just say it out loud.
Nah, if they start thinking for leaving the bubble, then I'm snitching on everybody because I'm trying to get your team to only have 5 players. Y'all got to play the whole minute.
Competitive advantage.
I can understand that. It's just don't sit. It's just snitch hotline. It's just like, damn, like.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
I can see that just because they making it sound like so weird because it's a snitch hotline. However, the other thing that I was thinking about with this is just like, damn, these are professionals. So you feel me? You can't act professional for a few weeks, bro, because there is a phase when like people are gonna be able to invite their families. I mean, families, maybe I guess like close friends. Hey, CP3.
Keep going. But let me pick it up. I'll pick it up.
Oh, man.
I understand it, bro. Like I definitely understand everything behind it. Just me, from what I was raised on and grew up on, no, I don't condone snitching.
So what you doing if you Kawhi, right? And you see Bron lead a bubble real quick. What you doing?
I don't condone it. Ain't on me. I'll probably say something to do like, hey, bro, what you on, bro? Like, come on, bro. You know niggas in here snitching. Like, you better, you feel me? Niggas snitching. I ain't gonna say nothing. But niggas is
I need all your loud. This is in the room right now. I need all your loud.
You said what?
I said niggas talking about you don't want me to snitch. I need all the loud you got in your room right now. I need
right
now.
Mouse is tripping. Oh God. Fredo, what's your thoughts on this NBA bubble, man? I mean, not just the snitch hotline, man.
Man, I'm low key excited for it, man. I'm hoping that they kick people out. I'm
My
hoping
nigga said I'm excited
you
for
gotta
it.
get out of here, or you suspended a game or something like that. You got to go quarantine 14 days, something like that. Like it got to be some type of penalty with it. But I'm all here
Yeah,
for
the penalties get more steeper when like the closer they get to the start of the season. You feel me? So right now, if you go outside the bubble, you will have to quarantine for like 8 to 10 days. And like guys like, and this the other good question I want to bring up. Well, not a question, but a point. Zion, he recently broke the bubble because he had a family emergency. So in the NBA's eyes, I'm looking at it like, man, depending, I feel like they're trying to probably expedite this process. Like, all right, what's going on with the family? Because of course, family is number one. But the NBA know, all right, we brought them here so we can make money. That's why they did the whole 22 team thing, or else they just would have had the 16. So Zion is a big part of that. People want to see Zion play. He's box office. So I wanted to get you all thoughts on Zion having to break the bubble and what the NBA should do about that. Because I feel like with things like that, they're gonna have to be more lenient on. You feel me? So
yeah.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Like you said, family comes first. So, I would never, I don't think anybody's judging Zion. Not that you were, but I don't think anybody would be judging Zion. But to your point, he's very box office. So I think for what they'll do with Zion will be something that you see with what they did with like Jokic and like the rest of the players when they first came. They had like a 2-day quarantine back to back, and they had to receive 2 positive tests within 24 hours. So, he gets back, he tests, say he tested negative, probably another 2 days quarantine just in case. However, the one risk is that if he does test positive, he won't be able to go back down there for another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the big thing that they just don't want to happen. Like, as long as he doesn't test positive while he's at home, because, they'll have him go get tested at, like, the local best hospital, you feel me, 5-star hospital or whatever before he comes back. But as long as he doesn't test positive, I don't think it'll be too big of a story. But if he does, that'll be big time for the NBA. Because
he box office, bro. Like, he one of the number one things that people want to see. You feel me? Like, and what'd you say, Nate?
For sure.
Yeah, and like the season got robbed of COVID. You feel me? So whether or not they would have made it to the playoffs or not, we didn't get to finish seeing what Zion could have done in that first season, and he was already injured from the start of the season. So the NBA knows what they're doing, bro. They're trying to recoup all the money that they can, even for the simple fact that I think it wasn't Zion's first game back against the Lakers or something like that. Like, they know it.
Portland first, I think.
Portland and the
on
Lakers.
TV or something. Lakers Clippers first game.
Okay. No, I'm talking about like Zion first game back.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was the Spurs. He had like them 17 straight points.
Yeah, he had like 4 for 4 on the trade phone line or some shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like LeBron and them, I think they follow like shortly after. I don't know, but like they know what they doing, bro. Like you gotta get your money off of Zion, bro. So I feel like they gonna just be lenient with that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Is there any more thoughts on that?
No, I agree.
Word. All right.
Yeah, like you always know, the best player on the team, they got longer leases, so it is what it is.
Oh yeah, for sure. He coming right back.
Yeah, he coming right back. He'll be okay. Zion will be in that tournament.
No,
he gonna have to, bro. It's too much. It's too much money attached to him.
They gonna
Yeah. But just to keep moving on, bro. Recently, Rajon Rondo, man, he broke his thumb, and they saying he out for 6 to 8 weeks. I want to see what y'all thoughts on that is, and will this affect the Lakers playoff run? Fredo, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
Man, bro, Rondo, he gotta become that guy who just don't practice at all. Like he just show up on game day and ready to play, because like every time it's the same hand, broken wrist, broken thumb. Like, bro, and he don't need to practice, bro. He already cool. Like, we know what he gonna do. Just let him come in on game day and play. Like they just gotta stop having him practice.
Fact. Mouse, what's your thoughts on this, bro? Do you think this affect the Lakers playoff run, anything like that?
I think it'll affect it to a certain extent, but not that much. Rondo, he plays a huge. He has a huge impact on the Lakers team, but I mean, keep it frank, he's not the impact. You get what I'm saying? They can manage without him, and I'm pretty sure they got some backup pieces, some other pieces they're gonna put together to manage that. But my whole thing with Rondo is one thing I like about Rondo, which I feel like he's a good asset on any team, is because he's not just a player. He's a player coach. He has the IQ where he can be on the sidelines and still impact the game without playing. And he sees, like, almost kind of like Brian, he has that visionary aspect of basketball. He can see plays before they happen.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's still going to be helpful as a tool on the bench. And, you know, if he was playing, he would be helpful, but he's also wishy-washy. He's older. He has some game good, some bad games. So I feel like, to be honest, it doesn't hurt them as much as it could, and it's still a benefactor. So that's how I feel. So,
But Nate, what's your thoughts on that?
Like Mouse said, I don't think, like, watching the Lakers a lot this season, I don't think it'll hurt them at all because, honestly, Rondo hasn't really been that good this season. Like, plays, you know, he tries to get a little too flashy sometimes. Like, sometimes, you know, the passes that he was making early on, like in his Celtic career, or maybe even with the Pelicans like a few years ago, you know, he's just not that guy for some reason right now. I think a lot of Laker fans have been talking about giving him less minutes because, you know, he can't really shoot. You know, like I said, turns the ball over a lot. So maybe giving him less minutes, giving more minutes to like a Caruso, and now you got J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters, and Dion Waiters can sometimes, you know, handle some ball, handle responsibilities. But obviously, you know, you never want to see nobody get injured, but it's happened to Rondo pretty often as of recently. You know, he's not really you wouldn't consider him an Iron Man type player. I hope he get healthy and shit, but do I think that it'll help? Really,
I hope you get healthy and shit.
Probably not. You feel me? Like, I don't think it really affect much. I really want to see Lean Horton Tucker. You feel me?
Yeah, they need to call him up.
They did. He down there in Orlando with him. So I want to see him get some minutes, man. Because 6 long arms. He's a dog. Y'all look out for everybody that's watching this. Look out for him.
Yeah, we Chicago babies. We already know him.
I already know. Y'all know.
Yeah, but just to like further, like, you know, expound on this, I do feel like it does hurt the Lakers a little bit, but I feel like it could be a situation where you get addition by subtraction. So with him being out for this 6 to 8 weeks, like you said, I would give guys like Horton, Quinn Cook more minutes, even though Quinn Cook got to experience high valuable minutes with the Warriors in the playoffs. This could get him back into that form because during the season he wasn't really getting all those type of minutes. So I feel like if they let him push the point, you know what I'm saying, with Danny Green, then have Kuzma, get Kuzma in the starting lineup, get him more exposed to that again because he was injured during the season a little bit and he wasn't living up to the standards, to be quite honest with you. So I feel like they need to just start. I feel like they need to focus on the younger guys to get them prepared for what's going to come ahead. Like the first and second round, it's not going to be like they're not going to need Rondo, you know what I'm saying, like, or Avery Bradley. They're not going to need them guys.
And they got 8 games to get them prepared too. You feel me? Like they got a 5.5 game lead. Like if I'm the Lakers, realistically, after this first matchup with the Clippers and maybe game 2 or 3. I'm getting all my younger guys some minutes. I'm keeping my older dudes fresh. You feel me? I may not even play LeBron or AD the last 5 games of this little bullshit.
I ain't gonna lie. Like if I'm like a high ranking seed like that, I wouldn't care. Like especially if I'm as good as the Lakers or the Clippers, I don't care what seed I end up because I know what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we about to be healthy. That's the main objective. You feel me? Because we seen what not being healthy could get you. Like the Warriors lost a chip just off not being healthy. You know what I'm saying? So. But yeah, any more thoughts on that?
Like I said, THT, Talene Horton Tucker, it's your time. We ready. You know, let's get to it.
Facto, man. And you know, like I said, man, we about to get into this part of the show to where it just turned and it get real good, get real, you know what I'm saying? It get real. That's what I like to say, you know what I'm saying? First coming hot off the press, man. I need to get y'all thoughts on recently because this has been a big thing. A lot of people have been talking about the 9 to 5 guy. I want to get y'all thoughts on women not particularly liking the 9 to 5 guy. What's y'all thoughts on that? Miles, let me get you first, man. You know this is HBO right here. Let me get you.
All right, so look, hot take.
Hot take. I like this. Hot take.
Listen, but the way I feel about it, you know what I'm saying? Look, everybody got their preference. You feel? But realistically, maybe women need to see a different side of things. I own my own business. It's it's random hours. I don't start working at a certain time. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Odd Jobs Unlimited.
I know niggas who have a 9 to 5 who are 22 who make 6 figures. That means a 9 to 5. That means they work 9 to 5 at home on the weekend. They not, you feel me? They home by 5 or 6 every day, and they making 6 figures. So what the fuck more do you want? I don't want that shit.
I'm all the way there with you. You feel me? And my thoughts on it is like, cause you know, really this became popular because it was like a B Simone had said something. If y'all don't know who she is, go out there.
You feel me?
Just familiarize yourself with it. But it's to the point to where, you know, it just was funny to me just because it's like, all right, women try to beat, you know what I'm saying, beat up the 9 to 5 guy so much. But what if this 9 to 5 guy is a CEO? You know what I'm saying? He has a salary. You know what I'm saying? CEOs have salaries. You feel me? They just not working just off, big check. Yeah, like you gotta get that check. No, they work off a salary. You know what I'm saying? They have stock options. They have things like this. You feel me? They have things lined up. So it's just always funny. Like, it's just a big misconception on what's going on with it. And there's nothing wrong with not having a 9 to 5. I know plenty of guys out there that don't have 9 to 5s that still getting to it. You know what I'm saying? Going over and beyond expectations. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like you can't narrow out the 9 to 5 guy. Because if you keep narrowing out the 9 to 5 guy, you feel me? These not 9 to 5 guys, it's ugly for a lot of them out here. You feel me?
Bro, like, they want to do that, fuck it.
I personally, I don't work like your traditional 9 to 5 either. Like Mouse said, you feel me? Sometimes I might have an assignment that I got to knock out. Other times I might not. However, I will never sit here and disrespect 9 to 5ers. One, because you feel me, my parents are both 9 to 5. You know, dollars. You feel me? Go get that bag from 9 to 5. You feel me? Come back. You know, like real like family. You feel me? Like they really just was always getting to that 9 to 5 corporate bag. You feel me? And they got made some real dough off that. So you feel me? I'll never knock a 9 to 5. Like it's very standard. You feel me? You know you're gonna have benefits. You most likely gonna have medical insurance paid by your 9 to 5. You most likely gonna have a pension plan, 401k paid by your 9 to 5. You feel me? So, and then like on the backside of that, right? If you're an entrepreneur, most likely if you have any type of product, the way that your product is produced is by 9 to 5ers. You feel me? You're most likely selling to people that are 9 to 5ers, like B Simone. You feel me? Like she's selling books. Books go to bookstores. You feel me? 9 to 5 people work at bookstores.
Somebody got to print them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
production piece of that, and like you know, it's just like damn, bro. You know, it's just the whole social media thing. Like I think people or women sometimes really just be getting caught up in that. Like it's not about what a nigga does for real, for real. Like when it comes to how he achieves his money, like Mouse said, bro, we probably all know people that's 22, 23 making 6 figures fresh out of college. Like the Accenture, the Ernst and Youngs, like all the big accounting firms, and like that's a great bag. Mm-hmm. Like you could start a business with that type of bag. You don't even have to stay there too long. But for her, you know, she couldn't be with a man that she said to the extent of like, I can't be with a man who doesn't understand when I'm up till 3, blah blah blah.
That don't mean that you just because you have a 9 to 5 don't mean that you don't understand that. That don't mean that you can't have like, all right,
or that don't mean that you have to 3.
And just because you have a business doesn't mean that you're productive at 3 o'clock in the morning. You feel me? Like you can treat your own entrepreneurial adventure, your own entrepreneurial like business as a 9 to 5. Like people don't understand. You're an entrepreneur, you most likely end up working more hours than you would in the 9 to 5 because you got to do more things. Mm-hmm. So it's just terrible misconception.
Like you know, and I read something about this is like they did some science on it. Was MIT about just the financial way, the financial structure of 9 to 5s versus entrepreneurship. And once you look at it, it ends up almost evening out. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a successful self-employed person. But
I thought this one is 90% of new businesses fail within the first 5 years.
For sure. That's why I say if you're successful, that's a big one. Let's make sure we say successful on that.
But in the next 5 years after that, 90% of those businesses is already gone too. So, like, yeah, being an entrepreneur is fun. You know, it's the wave. You don't have to work for nobody. However, it's so much more structure usually in the 9 to 5, especially if it's a corporate, like corporation.
The way I see it, though, my bad, Mouse. I'm gonna let you and Fredo get in here, but just for those who, you know what I'm saying, I feel like the sweet spot would be, you know what I'm saying, even if somebody does have a 9 to 5, make sure they have something else on the side that they're, you know what I'm saying, putting their time in and making sure they trying to put they all in and owning they self outright. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the sweet spot where you can still have a 9 to 5 and still be, you know, putting your all into something that you own and own all that crown killing you. I tell you just drunk. Free Nate, man. Free Nate, man. Make sure y'all comment that free Nate. But no, let me get y'all thoughts on this, Miles. Let me get you and Fredo in here, man.
Bro, real quick, I just want to say that it makes more sense for me for a female to say that she can't date a nigga who's an entrepreneur because it's random hours. It's, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit going on.
Sporadic. You gotta go. You gotta get out.
She said that she can't date a nigga in a dead end 9 to 5. Okay, that makes sense. But if you're talking about a 9 to 5, or you got a potential, you in a corporation, you got a potential to go up in a ladder, or you say, you know, like you say, being a 9 to 5, you also got the time to operate, run your own business. But to be honest, fuck that. If I'm in a 9 to 5 and I'm comfortable, I'm making enough money.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even got to do that,
bro. What I got insurance, I got all this, bro, man. Fuck, bro.
My nigga said I got insurance.
I got the whole thing. Insurance.
If I'm a 9 to 5 nigga and you don't like me, I'm gonna find me a 9 to 5 bitch. Fuck you, I can give a fuck, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, man, you making 6 figures 9 to 5, bro. You winning.
Six figures, bro. Honestly, it's 6 figures. Like, I'm making 6 figures fresh out entrepreneurial. Like, unless you starting a business with a product that somebody really, really needs, bro. You feel me? And needs on like a mass scale. Fresh out college, you can most definitely make more money going the corporate route, depending on which corporation, obviously. But you know, depending on you probably will make much more money fresh out of school going just straight into a corporation, because you don't necessarily have to learn about as much as steep of a learning curve. You don't have to put your own money into something. That's what a lot of people like have a misconception about. Like, entrepreneurs, yeah, they might make some dough, but they still have to refund it with their own money. Bro, I'm making money and I'm just getting it taxed by Uncle Sam. Entrepreneurial, you get money, you got to pay it back to yourself through the business, and then you still get taxed on the back end. So
my bad. Just before I let you go, Fredo, but even like the mentors and stuff I look up to, they all started off, you know what I'm saying, with the 9 to 5 route. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with starting the other route, being self-employed. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually preach that. But when you start that way, you understand you understand why you want to work for yourself. You understand why you want to do certain things like that. And a lot of these guys, like a good example is Grant Cardone. He started off selling cars. He didn't really start self-employing himself until he bought his first house at age 35. And he all the way at damn near 55, some $2 billion worth of assets in real estate. It takes time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely take time, and with time comes, you know, it comes you know what I'm saying, everything you want. So I feel like you should always make sure you have something else in the pipeline, like I said, and this is just me speaking to the guys out there, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you always have something in the pipeline. I don't care if you're making $250,000 per year with, you know what I'm saying? And you got other incentives that could probably kick it up to 400. Just make sure you have something else in the pipeline, because if you're making that type of cheese, you're going to automatically have something else. Like, that just will come with it, bro. But Frank, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
Man, I don't really care what B Simone, or what's her name? What's your name?
B Simone.
I don't really care what B Simone. So I don't know, man. She's not even the type of girl that I would want. Like, I feel like maybe like that type of stuff. Like, I don't want a 9 to 5, man, because you don't, like, everybody's situation is different depending on who you are. Like, somebody who could be an entrepreneur could make like 500. Somebody who's like in a corporate job could be making 100K like straight out of school type shit. So like, you really don't know. Like, you can't judge. You can't just be like, all 9 to 5 people are bad, or like, I don't want them. Like, you can be missing opportunities like that.
Well, I think our generation, the problem with like it's not even just B Simone, but the problem that of women or men that think like B Simone is they're just addicted to fast money. You feel me? Like they see, the people that they look up to, the rapper baby moms, the hoopers, the entertainers, they're living lifestyles that a lot of people can't afford to live, right? However, you feel me? I think the argument that like B Simone really was saying is just like, I want a nigga that's trying to get to that dough, like as quick as possible. Which is like whatever, but at the end of the day, that's very unlikely that like most men that you encounter is that's happening to. Like, she's surrounded by people who are on Wild and Out. Like, of course you're dealing with entrepreneurs on a daily. Like you're dealing with comedians, you're dealing with entertainers. Like that's not your standard male, African American, white, Mexican, not your standard male in general. You know what I'm saying? Like most men is
oh God,
either in corporations working a 9 to 5, or like Jared said, you got your own business, but having your own business doesn't necessarily mean quick money is coming. But
and a lot of my bad, I ain't mean to cut you off, Nate, but one thing I feel like she could have capitalized on. Now she would have said, like I said, I don't want to date a nigga in a 9 to 5, in a dead end 9 to 5. Okay. Or I want to date a nigga, I want to date a nigga out the mud. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, I want that nigga who gets out the mud, then that's like, okay, I like a nigga who grinds, who's gonna want to build his own brand, be his own boss, his own. That makes sense. Because some girls like that.
Now we getting it. Now
at the same time, you can have a 9 to 5 and still be doing that.
Yeah. Right. And that's what I feel like the misconception is that they feel as if you can't have a 9 to 5 and have more money. It's niggas a 9 to 5 who got more money than these niggas that be out here performing.
Yeah,
sure.
And just to because we getting into a special area here. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I want to get y'all thoughts on this too, because when you talk, in all honesty, bro, when you talk to shorties like now, they don't even know regular niggas no more. Like, they don't even know regular niggas no more. Like, I be, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, you don't even, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never, you know what I'm saying, talk to nobody who just maybe he worked at FedEx. I don't know. You feel me? That like it make me feel comfortable. You like, damn, like you feel me? Like it's like, god damn, like, but no.
That's what scares me about a woman. You feel me? Like if a woman has like a history of only dating like athletes, celebrities, entertainers, like I'll be honest, bro, that will never be the type of shorty for me. Just because, at that point, I just think you clout chasing. But my question is this, bro. Yeah. How is Simone going like basically prosecute 9 to 5ers when she wrote a book that was plagiarized? You feel me? So you want somebody who's an entrepreneur, but you don't want to do the work of an entrepreneur yourself and write your own book?
That's the mess.
How you gonna criticize 9 to 5ers when you can't even write your own product? That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, that's saying things that you don't really mean. Like maybe you do need a 9 to 5 grind because your ass clearly don't know how to work if you plagiarizing the kid's book.
Hey.
Like how you plagiarize the kid's book, bro?
And Nate, not doing that though, bro. The shit that I be thinking about, bro, is like, okay, she on Wildin' Out right now. She made $1 million off this book, so called it, and she got a lot of success coming. What the fuck was she doing before Wildin' Out? A 9 to 5? Hey, come on, bro. Hey, all I'm saying is call a spade. Now, if you elevated for something, that's cool, but don't forget where you came from. That don't mean somebody else can't come from that same spot. Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, for her to say that, I'm off a 9 to 5, niggas, like, okay, you better be worth a billy.
And like in anybody's preference, I respect it. But I want to get back to a point that you said, Nate. And it's a lot this with the social media thing, just in general. Like it was shorties all over Twitter and IG thinking they the next one to get a lamb truck or a Birkin. Man. Like, god damn, like what you do? How do you work? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Look, another issue for me, bro, because like I'll be going through my little Instagram stories or whatever, right? I keep seeing people reposting, you reposting this Lil Baby and Jada picture. You reposting this Ari and Moneybag Yo picture. Like, are you really protecting yourself and your relationship to be like that, bro? Like, are you gonna be out here twerking in the clubs every night? Like, is that my type of shorty? Probably not. You feel me? So, like, the social media shit, bro, it's low key gone a little too far. Like, everybody thinks that their livelihoods or their lives are gonna shape up to be like these rich ass entertainers, athletes, and celebrities. Like, those are a very select few. And even those people, they may come off with the dough. Not to say Moneybag Yo is broke or not. Congratulations to him. He can buy his shorty a lamb truck. I cannot. You feel me? So I'm not going to be posting that. I'm not hating on it. But it's a lot of dudes out there in the industry that be broke as hell. They have no assets because they buying cars like that. They buying shoes like that. They buying Dior's, the LVs, the Gucci's at every turn. They don't own nothing. You feel me? A lot of rappers, they just be flashing the cash. Like, it's cool for now, but you done spent $300,000 on that jewelry, and now your house is getting $4.
See, one thing I don't like is how social media gives off the image to people of things that it's not or what it's not actually like. And people try to imitate that. Like, people will say, okay, like, for instance, my nigga J. Cole, you know what I'm saying? He wanted the Will and Jada marriage.
Right. Now I know more.
Niggas, but see, the thing is, what people don't understand about social media is, you know what you know about them based on what they choose to show you.
Right.
Everybody has a select amount, so if somebody always winning, nigga, because they ain't showing you the losses.
Yeah.
Ain't no nigga in the world who done always won.
Yeah.
It's a very few people that's gonna post their downfalls on
That's
Instagram.
my point. And so, like, when niggas is going through shit with a female or females going through shit with a nigga, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. Ari is crazy. She could be beating money back in your ass. And niggas, feel me? Like,
to buy that.
you said what?
Right on.
Okay. She forced him to buy that. He didn't really want to buy it for.
Bob,
Oh,
feel me? Like, you don't even know she could have held the nigga by knife point. Like, nigga, you gonna buy this mother? You gonna buy this shit? Like, hey, yo, like,
Yeah.
though, that's what I'm. But realistically, I know some females, you feel me, who honestly feel as if relationships should be reflected off of that, or they feel as if that's their goals. And I be thinking to myself, like, yeah, what about your mama and your pops? Like,
Yeah.
like,
It's
shit,
just always like, bro. That's why I always try to just kind of stay off social media as much as possible, bro. Because there's just a lot of people just on there just with clouded thoughts and things on how this shit work, and this shit don't work that way. That's why I always love talking to my oldest brother, because he's been an example to me. Like, bro, doing well. You know what I'm saying? And I've never seen this man ever post money. You don't even post stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just different things like that somebody would do that it just look at me like, I'm like, nah, I never do that. Cause it's just lame, bro. Cause who is it for? Is it for you? Is it for them? Like, you're just trying to get an illusion that you look like, bro, that's lame as hell. Like, I've never been that type of person. So it's just always.
My bad, bro. I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you get. It's just always it's just funny, bro. That's why I just try to stay off social media, because it's always just something like, oh, we doing this. Like, even the way niggas, like the way people just do shit is always trying to, well, shit, we live in this way. I'm trying to flex on you.
flex.
Like, nigga, you rented the boat in Miami. Niggas can rent boats in Miami. Like, it's cool,
Right.
bro. It's cool. Like, nigga, just enjoy yourself on the boat, my nigga. Like, it's cool.
The issue
I feel the same way about that shit, bro. And I feel like it's just because we from Chicago, bro. So we think about shit like a little bit different than everybody else. Like, that's why I'm be posting shit like that. Because to me, I'm like, who am I doing this for?
That's how you get robbed.
Somebody else happy, or is this like really about my family? Like, it's my brother's birthday. Am I posting him to make other, like, I just told my bro happy birthday. Like, I don't need to post that shit online. Like, that shit.
facts. Like, you feel me? It's the thing about socials, bro, it's all literally like projections, like Mouse was saying. You feel me? No one's gonna post exactly who they are on Instagram. Like, for example, you feel me? I'm not gonna give nobody my whole entire life on the gram. Like, I post a few major accomplishments just because, you know, I'll be proud of myself. But, you know, it's a difference between that and like flexing just to flex. You feel me? Like,
that's why I always, my bad, Nate, but that's why I say, and with anything, who you doing it for? If you're doing it for yourself, I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it, I'm all good with that. You know what I'm saying? Do it for yourself. That's what I'm here for. But if you're doing it just so other people could look at you and be like, damn, this nigga, that's what you think they looking at you doing, you on some lame shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my thoughts on it.
You flashing money for who, bro? Like, you're not gonna give everybody else that like that picture $50 or $100. So why you even need to show them that you got it? You feel me? Like,
Exactly.
if I come on 100 racks, bro, I'm putting that in the bank. And I might tell my good close friends, but I can guarantee
My mama.
I can guarantee that will never touch the light of social media. You feel me? And like, people be projecting their lives onto others. But for example, right? Like, you know, we just talking about Moneybag Yo and Ari right now. But, you know, you're looking up to Lil Baby, the Gunners, the Young Thugs. Like, okay, You see the money, but do you see the baby moms? Do you see the gun possession charges? Do you see that they went to jail? You feel me? Like, are those the type of livelihoods that you want to live in order to get that type of money? Because that's what another thing that people don't really necessarily understand. Like, they look the people that they look up to, and it's just like, oh, all you see is money, flash. Like, bro, Moneybagg Yo is like 30, 33 years old. You feel me?
Way older than
Like,
Been at it a long time.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it takes a while to blow up, bro.
People be forgetting about the music industry, and I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm saying it could have been shit. The music industry is phony as fuck, bro. And I'm not saying that he don't got as much money or whatever. I ain't pocket watching. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, people have brands. Okay, if they do this, more people listen to my music. More people believe what I say. More people will endorse me. More people will. So if he buy a Lambo, him or Ari say, let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's rent this Lambo. We gonna flex on the ground. People gonna think, oh, now that everybody favorite relationship couple, now he getting more streams. Now she selling more hair. It's science to it. So hey, I don't knock him. I ain't even saying it's fake. He might have bought it, but I'm saying people automatically believe what they see. It's like you could tell somebody the sky is green, and motherfuckers won't even go out and look. Motherfuckers is gonna be like, "Damn, look what Twitter did."
Beyonce said the sky green. The sky green.
The sky green.
You remember when Megan Thee Stallion was playing up with G-Eazy, and everybody was eating that shit up?
Oh, eating that shit up, bro.
Like, bro, you feel me? Like Jared said, bro, it's a lot of industry plays, especially when it comes to the music, bro.
Right.
I don't trust most things when it comes to the music.
I think my bigger point in this, you know what I'm saying, just to wrap this point up, like, I just want people to know out there, especially kids, it's way more stuff you could do than play. And I know this is a sports podcast, but there's way more shit you could do in life that could make you way more successful than playing sports and rapping or doing whatever. Like, you could do way more of the shit. You could be a real estate guru. You could fucking own Microsoft. You could fucking own Amazon. You could, it's infinite amounts of things you could do. And that's just not the end all be all. And I feel like in the black community, that's what we look at. That's what I like, nigga. No, it's niggas out here it's a nigga out here that got a $50 million jet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
This is even the further thing about that, bro.
Just to put the plane in the air is $60,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's levels to shit, and people
the further that, bro. It's just like, you know.
Wrap this up, Nate, on this one.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna end on this. Like you said, bro, like, you don't always have to look up to be the athlete, the entertainer, the actor, whatever, but look at the jobs around that industry. They're all 9 to 5s, bro. And I can tell you from somebody who worked within like a sports industry, you feel me? I basically 9 to 5 as an intern working for a team that has athletes. Like, yes, you see the athletes, but you don't see that the general manager making dough. You don't see the vice president making dough. You don't see these AR executives making cheese, bro. You feel me? These writers, these ghost writers, the producers, the audio engineers, like, those are pretty much 9 to 5 jobs. You know.
See, hold on, hey, bro, real quick. We can end this on this, bro, real quick. One thing I want to say real quick is that, bro, you don't even have to be that. A lot of people don't understand that it's landscapers who are millionaires. It's contractors.
I'm trying to tell you,
niggas, you don't have to have an education. If you want to pursue that, cool. But if you find a trade, bro, listen, man, it's not. And even a lot of people too. Everybody's caught up with being a millionaire. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. You don't have to be a millionaire. It's okay to be $1,000 there, nigga. Be comfortable.
Hey, but the thing is, the funny thing is, damn near pretty much everybody be a millionaire. You get 50,000 20 years in a row, you gonna be a millionaire. That's just off making 50,000.
But they
in 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about the level you want to take it to, and you just gotta always know what your goals are, and always set out to achieve those goals, man. There's nothing wrong with shooting for the stars. I'm shooting for the stars. You know what I'm saying? I'm shooting past the motherfuckers.
I'm to the peer pressure of, oh, I got to be a millionaire because everybody around me a millionaire. And,
yeah. You
know what I'm saying?
For sure. But just to, you know, that was a good chop up. Plenty of points got out, but
yeah,
we about to get into just another dark territory, man. You feel me? We got entanglements, man. We got we got entanglements. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It hurt. It's hurting me too because we grew up off. You know what I'm saying? This is summertime. You know what I'm saying? West Philadelphia,
man.
And it's entanglement season.
Entanglement.
I need to get y'all thoughts on man what's going on with entanglements and
I ain't
just,
gonna-
I just let y'all go, man. Who Fredo, you want it first? Y'all, anybody, y'all want it first?
Oh, man.
Nasty, man.
Shit.
Here to
But,
get my-
hey, shout out to T.O.B., man. Dave beyond the
What I want to say is, look, it's 2020, bro. Okay, women is niggas. Point blank. We just gonna
Bro,
keep.
everybody the same, bro. Everybody doing the same shit.
Women, you gotta admit, bro. Fellas, we had our run,
Yeah.
but women is I was watching the interview, bro. She confused me. I get why Will had to ask the question. She said, "You in a relationship with August?"
She's saucy.
If that's your girl, you're talking to her, she like, I was in an entanglement with August. My dumb ass would have been on Google. What does entanglement mean? I don't even, but that's some shit a nigga would say because it's like, I just admitted to it, but I ain't admit to it. You get what I'm saying?
My thing is this too, my bad, Mouse. But
Go ahead.
I had got to that point when my kids writing Tupac, like, look at Will, bro. Look at Will. This nigga look like he been crying for 40 days and 40 nights, nigga.
Oh man,
$300 million nigga, man. Are you crazy? Dave, put him back up. Put him back up. Put him back. Like, look at this nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Do you see this?
man, bro.
Will, bro. Like this childhood right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you got, you know what I'm saying, things going on to where she talking to Snoop Dogg. Well, when you said that to Gayle King, it made me look like, dang, he disrespected my mama, my grandma, my daughter. Bitch, shut up. You ain't even living right. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing, bro, that Nate, that you said, bro. It's just so crazy how people look up to these people on social media and you just look to so many people for advice and these niggas ain't even living right, bro. These niggas ain't living right. She's supposed to be the one that's healing niggas. What the fuck is you doing?
About
the fuck is you doing? You feel me? But no, let me Mouse finish. Man.
Let me hop in real quick.
Is that, bro? Okay, so boom, she said they was separated, they was through it being done, and all the other shit. And the people be like, "Oh, y'all didn't really watch the interview." She said they didn't know they was gonna get back together. They was over with. I'm like, okay, look, I ain't in that relationship. I can give a fuck. End of the day, did she not have August around their kids? Did she not have August around Will? Or did they not have family pictures together?
Hey, hold on. Good point though. Good point though. Because let this be a man, right? Let Jada.
Let this be a man.
This is predator behavior.
She
said in that interview, he was sick. We wanted to help him.
Bro, he was 20 years old.
That's how it started off. Yes.
He was sick.
He was sick.
He was sick. And you knocked him? Come on, bro. You knocked him and he was
in the house?
What we doing? Predatory behavior.
Now Will sick.
This is the crazy part to me, bro.
That's correct.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you feel me, stuff like this in Hollywood doesn't happen. Because I'll be real, bro. I'm sure Will has had plenty of his own experiences with women.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm sure Jada has had probably not the first dude if they have an open relationship. However, the fact that it hit the press makes it so much more disrespectful. You feel me? If you do your dirt, bro, do it on the low. But you got your side, nigga around your kids, around your husband, around you feel me? Living with y'all, bro. Like, you feel me? That is like the ultimate disrespect for me. It's not about them like having an open relationship. She had a relationship with another dude, whatever. I'm sure Will done had a lot of bad women up in Hollywood. So, you know, he probably had his little fair share of funds or entanglement, whatever we want to call it these days in 2020. However, bro, it's just too disrespectful for me that he was, 1, living there, 2, hanging with the kids, 3, have a good friendship with Will Smith himself. And like you said, bro, like, let's not have double standards. Like, let's call it what it is, bro. That's predatory behavior. August was a kid in the music industry when this all started happening. You feel me?
Yeah, with no family,
bro. Jada like 50-something. Like, that's predatory behavior, bro. And this, if this was a guy, then we would be talking about it a lot different.
It'd be over. It'd be
hey,
over. This was Dave Chappelle and Willow Smith. What?
That's crazy. I really feel like that's why Will was mad. Like, he wasn't really upset about that part. Like he knew it was going on because, like August said, like they had a conversation. I'm sure that was true.
Yeah.
But that's still like Jada got to have better decision making because that story is never supposed to come out like that. Like August supposed to sign an NDA or something like that where it's paperwork.
Bro,
Y'all a $500 million family. There's no way something like this should be getting out. It's crazy.
Will a ham, bro. I'm just gonna go out here and say it just because you feel me. Like he's a ham, bro.
Hey, what city he from?
I know, bro. He's from West Philadelphia, born and raised in the playground house where I spent most of my day. You know what I'm saying? He's from there, and like, bro, it's homeless niggas not dealing with this type of, you know what I'm saying? This type of foul play. Like, I understand people might say, you know, they in an old relationship, bro. That's over with. It ain't nothing. Like we talked about wild out days last week. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about being a wild boy. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got to be a wild boy.
You gotta take into consideration,
like,
bro.
Damn.
They both heavily influenced by the Hollywood culture, bro. Like
that's a fact.
That's why I hate when people come out to LA, you feel me? And all they want to do is go to Hollywood. They want to go to Santa Monica. They want to go to downtown. Like that's not what LA is like. But Hollywood is so
take me to the trenches.
Weird. You feel me? Like a lot of weird things that go on in Hollywood. You walk down the Hollywood Boulevard, the Avenue of Stars, bro. You'll realize that pretty quick. But like, you know, it's not too surprising because I'm sure a lot of Hollywood couples be swinging or, you know, having, you know, turned up nights off the cocaine or whatever.
Entanglements.
But, you know, and for him to live with y'all, that's just a certain boundary that I would never cross. Like, okay, if this happened with another random dude, whatever, bro. But the fact that he lived with y'all family for years and was even a part of the family, like you brought him in as what you would consider a son. Now all of a sudden you having sex with your son, like that ain't it, man.
Bro, what did Drake say in that song? I hate it had to be him. They said, call me about to use 150 M. I don't know who he said, bro. I hate it had to be. I don't know. Fredo, what's your thoughts on everything, bro?
Man, Jada just gotta chill. She gotta go sit down. I know in the house right now, everybody mad at her. I know the kids not talking to her. Will not talking to her. Will up there looking so mad he didn't want to do the interview. She got at this red table talking about her entanglement.
Cut your light on, Fredo. Keep going though. You all good.
It just went down.
Yeah, you all good.
Yeah, man. Jada just got to stop playing around. She just got to go chill out for a second.
Yeah,
I still love and support black women.
Yeah, but
if my girl comes to me talking about an entanglement at 22 years old, we're through.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's y'all thoughts on if somebody come at y'all with the, you know, I think we just need to involve other people and, you know, get involved in entanglements. You know what I'm saying? Mouse, what's your thoughts on that? What are you replying to that?
I can understand that more for somebody who's 50 years old than I could for somebody our age. Like, I can be 50, you feel me? It'd be getting boring.
I ain't bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Mouse,
what up?
Not it.
Mouse,
we can't hear you. But I just for me, I'm not going for that, bro. I'm sorry. Like it's over with, bro. I can't take that. I can't take that. Like it's certain things.
I do understand after like 20 years, y'all been married. Like, okay, we've been doing this a long time. We financially like stable at this point now. But right now, I'm not voting for that. Like, I'm leaving the relationship.
Like, if y'all, you know, I guess like, you know, after 20, 25 years, like you said, you know, one night, maybe 2 nights out of 25 years, bro, that's a lot of days, whatever. But we talking about somebody living in our home.
Yeah, for a couple of years. That's crazy.
We already got kids, like we're established, and he's leaking it to the media, embarrassing me. I need the divorce paper signed that day.
Yeah, what I'm saying. You can't wild out. Like, even when I wild out, like, you can wild out with me. You feel me? We could go find something together, but we just ain't about to just be wilding out like wild boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't about to do that now.
Wild boy. The wildest of them.
Oh God, but nah, Mouse can. I mean, yeah, we can hear you now. What's your thoughts on, man? If somebody ever came to you and was like, you know what, I think we just need to be in an entanglement. You know what I'm saying? Have different entanglements. What's your thoughts on that, bro? What are you saying to that?
I don't know, bro. I'll try to see how the bitch playing, bro. If she already telling all, you know what I'm saying? She want to have entanglement. 90% of the time, that's because the female either one, she'd already mentally left the relationship, or two, because she already got the entanglement. You feel me?
Fact.
So if she got the entanglement, then I'm gonna be like, okay, bet. You feel me? I might play my role, do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna play. And then the motherfucking if she just mentally, you feel me, out of it, then I'm off it already, off rip. But if she's trying to play a game with me, come on, bitch, let's play.
You said I'm the game. I'm the game. It's time to play. It's time to play. I'm the game.
We can play.
Nigga said we could play.
So
man,
shit.
any more thoughts on this entanglement talk, man? It's just wild, man. I hate to see one of the legends, man. Somebody who they put it up again, man. Just put it up again. Like, come on, bro. Like, this Will, bro. Like, I wish I had a Fresh Prince picture of Will, but that's Will, bro.
Duh, that nigga looks
it ain't like he got like just the full corona look going on because he slight weight got trimmed up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he got lined up like 4 days ago.
Yeah, that's the look of a man who been crying for 40 days and 40 nights, bro.
Bro, you could tell that nigga been crying or he just stressed the fuck out, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He look like he beat up. Like, dang, bro. He look
bro.
Something, yeah.
Like, I feel like that was the last straw with him. Like, damn, we let it get to the media.
I still got respect for Will because he couldn't control everything about this situation. Like, he couldn't have known.
I mean, it's not on him at all.
So I still got respect for bro. However, if he did know about this entanglement beforehand, for him to allow it to I hope it just didn't happen in his house. You feel me? That's
definitely in the house.
But my thing is this, like you said, it ain't like we definitely still respect Will, but it is his fault because from the gate, you know what I'm saying, bro. It's rap. No, I'm saying it's raps on an open relationship. Like that would have silted in. Like
he probably was trying. He was probably trying to do it, bro. You
get off too.
Man, in his 30s, probably, bro. He was probably like Wilt Chamberlain.
Bro, we all men here, bro. We know how to get off and not have her get off. We know how to get off.
Maybe
he'll get off, but we feel me like, come on.
Maybe that nigga just wasn't feeling that, bro. I don't know.
Because Dale was trying to tell me the same thing, bro. Maybe he was just trying to keep the family. Man, fuck that. He's $300 million nigga, and he ended up looking crazy.
I think he's trying to keep the family guy. I gotta agree with Dale on this one, bro.
You said what?
I think he was. Oh man,
he only went outside for allowing it to go public. And
yeah, bro, I feel like that's where it's really hurting. Like, bro, you let it go, pub, bro.
Like I said,
let it go, pub.
The reason why it wasn't his fault is because you know damn well if y'all ever got on the outskirts or a bad side of a female, you on the bad side, cuz.
Yeah, but that's when you just.
That's what I'm saying. So like, you heard Jada say. She said it wasn't something you had control over. It's only something that I could have let happen. Because she let it happen. It wouldn't, even if he was like, you got me fucked up, he fucked the nigga, that wouldn't have stopped her from fucking the nigga at the time. So then on top of that, he can't control August leaking it unless he paid the nigga off. He probably didn't know the nigga was gonna leak it.
Yeah.
So it ain't nothing he could have really did for
you feel me? He's been a solid dad. You feel me? This is literally the only knock against Will I've heard since.
It ain't even a knock against him.
It's not really a knock.
It ain't a knock.
It's more so a knock on Jada and how she really trying to like spin this to be like a whole like it's okay. I wouldn't say it's okay, but realistically, it probably happens more often than not.
For sure.
And not in such a disrespectful manner. You feel me? Like people go out there, bro. Get a telly. You got millions,
bro. Will old enough to be that nigga daddy. He told me.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You having relationships in my crib at that point, bro. That's the type of stuff that makes dudes go end up getting that gun or something. You feel me?
Like
you get shot.
Like you seen how he look, bro. Like that's nigga. Come on, bro. Just to like, just like I said, man. Shout out to Dave, man. TOV Sports, man. He in the back, holding us down. But like I said, like, bro, it's all good with Will, bro. If it was me, like I'm saying, if it was me, we wouldn't even have got to that point. Like the open relationship thing would have been dead, and I wouldn't have been at no red table. Like, she would have been there talking to herself, like, like, bro, what am I sitting here talking to you about, bro? You cheated on me publicly, like even if they are in an open relationship, like, dude, like, come on, bro.
Hey, nah, it's really August though. August is a dirty nigga, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Come on, nah, bro. He was there getting mentally saved, bro. He wasn't dirty.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. August the burger for real, bro.
Yeah, he is. He's grimy.
He shouldn't have said it. Like, that ain't nothing you talk about. Like, that's why I say it's another thing. Like I said with lame nigga, like, it's just a certain like, you don't say that.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm here, like, cause look, realistically, any nigga, especially if he tapped a nigga wife, you ain't gonna say that, bro. You ain't gonna, especially because, nigga, if they break up again, I'm gonna tap it again, nigga. How the fuck you gonna?
I'm trying to tell you. But no, though, man. Like you said, August is a burger for that, and it's just, bro, it's just sad, bro, because we'll probably like, man, I got my boats in check. Like, my boats ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody coming out saying nothing like this. Like, come on now, you gotta get your boats in check.
Got me.
Her ship out here singing, bro. We'll probably, I don't know, man. I just
wrap us up on this, man. Who got the word for the people, man?
If you gonna do your dirt, just do it on the low, bro. You feel me? Just women, niggas. This is gender exclusive. You feel me? This is to everybody, bro. If you gonna do your dirt, do it on the low. And if it ever gotta come out, don't make sure it happen on social media, man. Like, the first time you hear about your significant other, you feel me, about it shouldn't be on social, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I want to say one thing too, though. I believe that we're gonna make a comeback. You feel me? Because I look at dialogue. I look at just the other shit. When he was talking to her, if y'all watched the end of the interview, he said, "I'm gonna get you back, though."
On me.
She say, "Yo, I don't think it's about that." He said, "Well, for me, it is." Y'all know when a nigga make a joke twice.
Yeah.
Will ain't getting her back, bro.
Bro, if he didn't,
Will gonna mess around,
bro. He kept. It was like 2 or 3 times he kept saying, "Oh no, I'm gonna get you back."
Man, hot take. This my hot take. Then we getting out here. We getting out of here on to this last one with Woj. Man, Will may pull a Bruce Jenner, but Woj has recently been suspended from the ESPN. Man, like, he has recently been suspended. It's been free Woj, man. We hold him down, man. He been in the news. I guess he told a senator or a politician, F you, because dude was saying something. I guess he got the guy was talking about the NBA's involvement in Beijing and knowing what's going on in China. And Woj just hit him back, like, bro, F you. Like, you ain't trying to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the other guy was saying something like it was something to the tune of, it had something against the Black Lives Matter thing. But what's y'all thoughts on everything, like, in regards to Woj, man? Free Woj, man.
Hey, look, free my nigga Woj out the you feel me? My bro just got indicted. Hey, free Woj out the bro. You feel me?
Nigga in the slam.
Bro got 20 years, you know what I'm saying? But nah, real talk, I respect Woj for, you know, taking a stand, and, like, you know, just basically, he was very just raw and uncut for what he said. Like, you know, you should never really email, correspond, fuck you, off the fact. Like, I wouldn't do that to him. Like, you know, it's always.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It may get slipped out with me, like, bro. If you that crazy, hey, bro.
I mean, the said you always gotta be politically correct. You can say politically correct, fuck you, in a way.
Yeah. Like, you definitely can, but, you know,
that's the most respectful way I'd have seen somebody say "fuck you" before. Like, that shit was just like 2 letters or 2 words, just "fuck you," just simple.
That's how you know.
We had phone conversations about it. All he said was "fuck you," and he ain't said nothing since. He just been chilling.
Yeah, that's how you know he meant it.
He didn't even change the tag at the bottom. This should still say "sent for my eye."
Yeah, he probably like he.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he meant that. Like, oh, what?
He meant that shit.
But nah, you gotta respect Woj because he reports on Black athletes. So for him to be so upset about somebody like coming at the Black Lives Matter movement, it's refreshing to know that he actually believes that. Because if he's saying something like that in the email correspondence, that means he actually believes what his, like, main, you know, group believes, like Black Lives Matter. You feel me? Equality for everybody. Like, if he's taking a stand, not even on a public forum, that means he was doing it in the background So, I'm always more for like, what are you doing when the cameras aren't on or like not recording you? And it's clear that he really standing on what he believes. So he'll have a job back pretty soon, man. But you got to free him out the sling, bro. Send bro some top ramen. I'm finna put some money on, bro.
For sure. Fredo, what's your thoughts about this, man? Free Woj.
Free Woj, man. He ain't really do nothing wrong. I feel like, but I don't know. I kind of feel kind of different on it because I feel like he should have. I feel like what the NBA is doing with China is kind of weird, but at the same time, they was attacking. He was like using that to attack the Black Lives Matter movement, which I didn't like. But I did. I agree with some of the stuff he said. But at the end of the day, like black people are getting money off the NBA. They feeding their families. They taking care of communities. So I don't know, man. It's tough. It's a tricky situation.
Yeah, like you said, like China, it is tricky. It is. I ain't even gonna say tricky. Like I understand what the Senate dude was saying in regards to the NBA's involvement in China, and the NBA is just looking at it as a dollar sign. You feel me? When in all actuality, it's one of the training camps, training facilities that was sponsored by the NBA. And I'll come back next week with that information. But they're right next to the internment, something those concentration camps. Like they got like a million Muslims like in slavery almost.
They doing some bad shit over there.
Yeah, so I understand it, but like you said, it was going against the Black Lives Matter thing, and I'm not saying that the Chinese thing is not important. Like that's definitely important. You feel me? Like that's just as important as the Black Lives Matter thing, but it's a time and a place for everything. And if you want to address that, just address it. Come out and say that. You know what I'm saying? And make a campaign around that. Like, hey, man, like the NBA, all this woo out the bam, y'all talking about Black Lives Matter and this woo out the bam going on here. Not good with that. You know what I'm saying? But Woj is probably just in a position like he was like, man, I ain't trying to hit this nigga talking to me, bro.
It was before 9 o'clock in the morning, too. He was like,
what are you talking about, bro? Like,
but like even then with the whole China situation, like, obviously everybody's lives everywhere matter. That's why the whole, just for the followers out there that ever get it confused, the reason niggas don't have to say all lives matter is because that's obvious, right? Talking about Black Lives Matter at this exact juncture. However, like it's just hypocritical for like, people, in the NBA or like the senators to be mad about how the NBA is still doing business with China for concentration camps, which is a bad thing. But then again, you got basically the U.S. doing the same things with the prison system.
Exactly. Nice.
So it's like, you can't really be too mad at the NBA doing business with China if you think the NBA should be happening in the United States where, 80% of their league is African American and, we have 70 or like 50% of the prison population in America. So it's, we not doing nothing that's really just as bad. I mean, we're doing things that's just as bad as China. They're just a lot more open with it. You feel me? They don't share information, but, you can see it because it's concentration camps. But they doing the same thing to us in jail. So, if the NBA can do business here freely in America, then, if you're making money, bro, I guess you got to make that dollar. But, I hope that situation gets resolved. But the NBA is not the deciding ticket either way for that situation being resolved. So,
yeah. Mouse, you got any thoughts on this Free Woj campaign, man? What's your thoughts on it, man? Wrap us up.
Man, I feel like, Free Woj. I feel like it's always important and good to have an ally, especially one who stands by their words, just not with their words, but also with action. So, like I just say, man, I feel like Lou Will, I feel like Braun, man. Free Woj.
Free Woj, buddy.
Freedom boys, man. But let me, like I said, man, we in the building, man. I appreciate y'all for checking in, man. We had good talk today, man. Entanglements to 9 to 5s to Woj to Mahomes to Black Lives Matters to the Snitch hotline, man. Let me put that number up there again.
1-800 Snitch extension C3. Call that number right now.
If you NBA, if y'all watching and you want to snitch, that's where you do it at, right there. Make sure you click. You got to spell it out. So the C would be the A. That's the one, right? So that's the one, right? Yeah. So you do that. You hit the P, then you hit the 3, and you good. You gonna make it in there and be able to snitch on whoever you want to snitch on. But like I said,
hey, I'm snitching on coaches.
Man,
don't know about
I'm snitching on August Alsina, bro. Straight up.
Come on now, man. You can't check the player. You always check that. But we we gonna get in here, get out of here. Like I said, man. National Sports Chat, man. You catch us anywhere over there, man. We dropping new content every day. Check out the YouTube page, the IG page, the Twitter page, the Spotify page. We dropping this on there. Make sure you tune in to us everywhere. Comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you go over there, check out TOV Sports, man. Make sure you go over there. Like I said, check them out. Check out the Micah&Friends podcast page. Make sure you go over there, follow us on that. You're gonna get all these conversations like that entanglement conversation. It's gonna be on there because I can't post that on the National Sports. I can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. but nah, make sure y'all go over there, check them out. Check us out. I'm talking about check them out. Y'all got anything else, bro?
Free Walls, bro. All y'all stay safe.
Free Walls, man. We in here and we up out of here, man. Put Will up real quick just to take us out, man. We
Jeez.
Like I said, man.
Oh man,
man, you talking about free wills, man? Free will, bro. We here for you. We standing in solidarity for you, bro. Yeah, we here for you, man. But no, like I said, man, we checking in and checking out, man. Micah&Friends podcast. We up in the building. We'll see y'all next week. Damn.